Hello everyone, back again with movie and tune recap. Today, I'm going to explain an American supernatural horror film from 2016, titled Friend Request. Spoilers ahead, so watch out and take care. The movie starts in a college psychology class. As the students take their seats, the professor, Dr. Markham, announces that one of their classmates, Marina Mills, died by suicide over the weekend. Everyone is shocked, but no one is more disturbed than a girl named Laura Woodson. 2 weeks earlier, Laura was just a normal, popular college student, and she lived with her best friends Olivia and Isabel, who is dating a guy named Gustavo. Her close friend Kobe, who has a crush on her, is also part of the group, and she is dating Tyler, who is a doctor. Laura was very active on social media, with over 800 friends on Facebook, and one day, an awkward and quiet girl named Marina noticed Laura and later sent her a friend request. When Laura checked Marina's profile, she saw that Marina had no other friends and posted strange drawings and animated videos. One video showed a girl running through the forest where she finds a black mirror, and even though Marina's posts were a bit creepy, Laura found them interesting. She accepted Marina's friend request and started spending some time with her at school. Marina becomes obsessed with Laura, constantly sending her messages and going through Laura's photos. That night, Laura, who has trouble sleeping, notices a warp outside her apartment, and suddenly, she gets startled by Marina, but it turns out to be a nightmare. Laura keeps getting tons of messages from Marina, which starts to make her feel uncomfortable. Marina also begins commenting on everything Laura posts and even sends her a creepy photoshopped picture of the two of them together. Laura shows Marina's profile to her friends, and they notice disturbing videos that look like someone's recorded nightmares. Olivia and Isabella warn Laura to be careful around Marina and disagree with Laura for telling her about her upcoming birthday. The next day, on Laura's birthday, Marina calls and asks about her dinner plans, but Laura lies and says she is only going out for a dinner with Tyler. But that night, Laura is surprised with a party dinner with all her friends and even her mom, Caroline. They take photos together and post them on Facebook, tagging Laura in the pictures as they celebrate. However, when Marina sees the birthday photos online, she gets very upset. She even shows up at the place where Laura and her friends had the dinner. The next day, Marina angrily confronts Laura in the cafeteria, and Laura tries to calm her down, but Marina suddenly lashes out and tries to attack her. In self-defense, Laura pushes Marina away, causing her hood to fall back, and this reveals a bald spot on Marina's head, which is from a hair-pulling disorder. That night, Marina desperately tries to apologize to Laura for what happened in the cafeteria. But Laura starts to worry that Marina is mentally unstable when she keeps sending non-stop messages and even tries to video chat with her. Feeling overwhelmed, Laura decides to unfriend Marina on Facebook. Later that night, Laura hears a strange noise, and when she goes to check it out, she finds a black mirror hanging on the wall. As she looks into it, she sees a dark shadow moving toward her, but it turns out to be just a terrifying hallucination. The next day at school, Dr. Markham tells the class that Marina has taken her own life, leaving Laura shocked, and it's also revealed that a video of Marina's death was recorded through her webcam. In the cafeteria, Kobe tells his friends that Marina's body was never found, and the police aren't even sure of her real identity. That night, Laura gets a message from Marina, and a disturbing video is suddenly posted to Laura's Facebook profile. The video shows Marina burning a drawing of Laura before hanging herself in front of her computer. As the drawing burns, the fire spreads and sets Marina's body on fire. The video is sent to everyone connected to Laura's account, and soon, Laura starts losing friends on social media as people begin unfollowing her. Detective Cameron and his partner question Laura in front of the university dean about the video. Laura tries to explain that she can't delete the video and no longer has control over her own account. Later, Laura goes to see Kobe in his dorm, hoping he can help figure out what's happening with her profile. When they check the video's data, they notice the code behind it isn't normal and doesn't match any regular video code. The strange thing is, even after Marina's death, her account keeps posting on Laura's page and tagging her friends. Marina even adds Gustavo as a friend, and in one of his own photos, Gustavo's face strangely distorted. That night, while Gustavo is talking with Isabella on the phone as she heads back to their dorm, the call suddenly cuts off. Right after, Gustavo starts seeing creepy images flash on his computer screen before it shuts down. Hearing strange noises, Gustavo goes into the hallway to check it out, and inside a nearby room, he discovers a large hive and sees two young boys with horribly disfigured faces staring at him. Terrified, he runs into the elevator, thinking he's safe, but suddenly, the elevator light flicker and go out. Using his phone's flashlight, he shines it around, and the hive appears inside the elevator with him, and just then, a hand reaches out from the darkness toward him. When Isabella arrives and opens the elevator door, she finds Gustavo in a possessed state, violently smashing his head against the walls until he collapses and dies. Gustavo's friends are devastated by his death, but things get worse when the elevator footage of his death is uploaded to Laura's Facebook page. No matter how hard Laura tries to delete it, the video won't come down, and more people start to think Laura is twisted and unfriend her. The video also catches the attention of the university dean, who suspends Laura for the rest of the semester, even though she explains she has no control over her account. Meanwhile, Isabella is hospitalized from the shock of witnessing Gustavo's death. She refuses to speak to Laura, saying Gustavo had been having terrifying nightmares ever since Laura's fight with Marina. Laura tries to post a message explaining that she isn't the one posting the videos, but Marina's spirit takes over and writes, "You will know what it feels like to be lonely." Laura and Kobe discover that Gustavo was added to Marina's friend list right before he died. Kobe also shows Laura something strange he found in Marina's video. If you listen closely, you can hear the sound of wasps in the background of Gustavo's death video. After doing some research, they learn that wasps are often connected to witchcraft and were believed to appear where witches lived, serving as their protectors. Wanting more answers, Laura and Kobe break into Marina's old dorm room, and while searching, they find a photo linking Marina to a private school she attended as a child. The next day, Laura visits the school and talks to the headmistress, and she learns that Marina's real last name is Netafar and that she was taken in by the school after her mother died in a fire. The headmistress also tells Laura that during her time here, Marina became obsessed with something dark she found online. She was often seen staring into her computer for hours and was bullied by two boys who later claimed Marina gave them terrifying nightmares. However, the two boys who bullied Marina were later found dead with their faces horribly mutilated by wasp stings, just like the boys Gustavo saw before his death. Meanwhile, back at school, Kobe continues his research on black mirrors and dark occult rituals, and as he digs deeper, the computer screens in the entire room suddenly start to flicker, showing Marina's angry face. At home, Tyler tries to defend Laura by telling his friends that she isn't the one posting the disturbing videos, but the words on his screen begin to change on their own, and suddenly, he feels a sharp stabbing pain in his ear. Horrified, he pulls out a wasp crawling inside his ear, and moments later, Laura calls him and asks if he can help by researching Marina Netafar's medical records. Meanwhile, after taking a shower, Olivia hears strange noises in her room, and when she checks, she finds nothing there. But to her shock, she sees that Marina has added Isabella as a friend on Facebook. At the hospital, Isabella is scrolling through photos on her phone when it suddenly glitches and shuts off. As she looks out the window, she sees what appears to be a house burning outside, and she is horrified to find a burnt, pregnant corpse in the hospital room with her. As Isabella runs down the hospital hallway, screaming for help, she suddenly encounters the two mutilated boys and terrified, she rushes into a nearby room to hide. But when she looks around, she sees her own lifeless body lying in a bathtub, and just then, something attacks her. The next day, Detective Cameron meets with Laura and shows her the hospital's security footage. To Laura's shock, the video shows Isabella ripping out her own hair and slitting her throat. Laura realizes that Marina trapped Isabella in a nightmare illusion, making her believe she was completely alone and helpless. The video of Isabella's death is soon posted to Laura's Facebook page, causing her to lose even more friends and receive hateful messages from people who think she's behind it all. Fearing for their own safety, Olivia, Tyler, and Kobe all try to delete their Facebook accounts and unfriend Laura, but no matter what they do, they're unable to. Meanwhile, Tyler researches Marina's medical records and discovers her mother's name was Ada Netifar, with a listed address at a place called Moores Grove. At the same time, Kobe shares his theory with Laura. He believes Marina's death wasn't just a suicide, it was actually part of a dark ritual. He explains that witches used black mirrors for scrying, a way to communicate with the spirit world. If a witch was being hunted or had no escape, they would hang and burn themselves in front of a black mirror, transforming into a dark entity, something more like a demon, ensuring they could live on through the other side. To break the curse, Kobe explains that they must destroy the original black mirror, which is Marina's laptop. But the problem is, they still don't know exactly where Marina killed herself or where the laptop might be. Later at home, Tyler shares his research with Laura. She discovered that Marina's mother, Ada Netifar, was part of a secret commune that people believed was actually a demonic cult. The entire commune was destroyed in a mysterious fire. Ada was the only survivor, though she was left horribly burned and declared brain dead.